Good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry D'Ambrosio, and welcome to this week's special presentation. Professional traders are not overly concerned about what the market will do next because they let the market come to them. They are prepared to take the next action based upon a predetermined set of objectives, realistic and unemotional rules that are proven to work no matter what the market does. A few characteristics that separates professional traders from the average retail investors are: number one, they control their emotions. This is the hard part. This is a little easier said than done. They don't allow losing trades to affect them, though. Pros don't think of the money first. They focus on doing the right things and making the right trades. They know if they do that, the money will come. They also have a plan. They stick to that plan. They're very disciplined. They stay sharp and focused when things are going well and resilient when things aren't going so well. So again, they have a plan and they stick to it. What I want to show you today is what's called the RSI-2 trading system. The RSI-2 trading system was developed by Larry Connors. Larry Connors is an author. He's a professional trader. He has over 30 years in the financial markets industry. This strategy focuses on stocks in long-term uptrends, but are experiencing short-term corrections. And what I love about this system is that it's so simple. It only uses 3 indicators: a 200-day simple moving average to identify the long-term trend, and a 5-day simple moving average and a 2-period RSI relative strength index for the short-term trend. Let me show you how the strategy works. Now here we're looking at Procter Gamble from November of 2018 to November of 2019. Now don't worry about the time frame. I'll explain in a moment why I went back so far. But during this time period, Procter Gamble has been a great stock, right? Overall goes from bottom left to upper right, stays above the 200-day moving average the entire time, but falls below its 5-day moving average from time to time, right? Stocks are going to correct, they're going to pull back. What Larry Connors looks for, though, is price to remain above the 200-day moving average. Being in that long-term uptrend is very important. It's a prerequisite for the system. But when it pulls back and falls below the 5-day moving average, that is what he considers the short-term correction. Now there's another layer here, right? There's another indicator that's used. It's the relative strength index. RSI is the indicator in green at the bottom. RSI is scaled between 0 and 100. Now the industry standard look-back period is a 14-day RSI with the lower level, the lower extreme level of 30 and the upper extreme level of 70. And you can plot RSI on any chart over time showing the RSI movement. Now using the industry standard settings, you'll see that the 14-period RSI only dipped below 30 one time. Now the chart we were looking at before was from November of 18 to November of 19, and you'll see that the 14-period RSI never dipped below 30. I had to actually go back a little further to see the one time that the 14-period RSI dipped below 30, giving a buy signal using this indicator and the industry standard look back. What Larry Connors did was he sped up the indicator. He changed the look back period to 2. And when you do that, you also have to adjust your extreme levels. Now you might be wondering, well, why 2? Why a 2-day RSI and why an extreme lower level at 10? And the answer that I have for you, and I'm just speculating here, but I'm sure that this is correct, is that it worked the best. I'm sure he tried a 4-period RSI, a 6-period RSI, an 8-period RSI with different extreme levels. And the system worked the best using a 2-period RSI with the extreme lower level at 10. So here's the setup. Along with the price of the stock above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average, and not or, and the 2-period RSI below 10, there's your trade. There's your setup. Long-term uptrend, but experiencing a short-term correction, and that short-term correction is defined by both price being below the 5-day simple moving average and the 2-period RSI being below 10. All right, so let's look at what this trading plan looks like on paper. Here are the entry rules. We are going to buy only when the stock is above the 200-day simple moving average and below the 5-day simple moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10, and we are going to near the close of the day, as close to the close as possible. When I trade this system, I'm buying at roughly 3:55, 3:57 p.m. Eastern time, right before the market closes. I use market orders because I don't want to mess around with limit orders. There's a chance I might not get filled. I want to get in as close to the close as possible, as long as all three of those rules are true. Here's the exit criteria. We are going to exit when price goes above the 5-day simple moving average, and we are going to exit near the close of that day. Remember, so we're entering when price is below the 5-day moving average, near the close of that day, and we are going to exit when it goes above the 5-day simple moving average, near the close of that day. So let's look at some examples here. I've zoomed in a little closer here, and we're looking at July 23rd of 2019. Again, don't worry about why I went back so far. That'll be explained here in a moment. Remember from the long-term chart, though, the price of Procter Gamble was above the 200-day moving average the entire time. Remember, that's a very important prerequisite, right? However, when you zoom in, we lose that 200-day moving average. We can't see it anymore. But just know, as I go through all of our examples here, price is above the 200-day moving average, and on July 23rd, 2019, it's below its 5-day moving average and closed below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. How do I know it closed below the 5-day moving average? Well, this candle is a filled candle. It's a solid candle, so I know the close was at the bottom of the body. These unfilled candles here, I know that the close was at the top of the body. So on July 23rd, 2019, the closing price was $113.85. Now, I don't know what the price of the stock was on July 23rd of 2019 at 3:55 or 3:57 p.m. Eastern time. I don't have that data. So for the purposes of my demonstration here, I'm going to use the closing price. $113.85 is where we want to get in as close to that price as possible. And we sell here 3 days later, right? We sell at $114.73, again, give or take a few cents. But we see that the price of the stock closed above the 5-day moving average. It opened below it, crossed above it during the day, but we don't exit just because price crosses above the 5-day simple moving average during the day. We wait for the close, and we exit when we see price about to close above the 5-day moving average, and we exit near the close of the session. So that's a winning trade, isn't it? What I want you folks to focus on here moving forward is winning trades and losing trades. This is a very effective, high probability trading technique. It's a very short-term trading technique in that the average holding period is anywhere between 2 to 5 days. But that's a win. That's a winning trade. The very next day, we have another RSI 2 setup. July 24th, 2019, the price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but closed below the 5-day moving average, and the 2-period RSI is below 10. So if you didn't buy the stock the day before, for whatever reason, maybe you didn't have any buying power left, or you weren't watching the market that day, for whatever reason you didn't buy Procter & Gamble on July 23rd of 2019, you had another opportunity, you had another setup. So if you bought it at $113.15, you sold it a couple of days later at $114.73. It's a quick, small gain there. Again, I don't want you to worry about how much money we're making right now. I want you to focus on how many winning trades. What's my hit rate? What's my percentage of winning trades? So that's another win. Moving from left to right, I'm not going to be cherry picking and skipping over any dates here. I'm going to be showing you folks every RSI 2 setup moving forward. So the next one was on August 5th of 2019. Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but it's experiencing a short-term correction. It's fallen below its 5-day moving average, closed below it, and the 2-period RSI below 10. So if we buy at around 113.08, again, that was the closing price, give or take a few cents. We want to get in as close to the close as possible. We sell 2 days later at 115.52. Price of the stock, we see on that day, closed above the 5-day simple moving average, so we exit. Very short term, looking for some quick gains after a corrective period within an underlying uptrend. The very next one, we actually had to wait a month. So September 10th of 2019, price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, so it's still in a long-term uptrend, but experiencing a short-term pullback, falling below its 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. We buy near the close of that session at 119.88. We sell it 2 days later at 122.77. A nice quick gain there. Okay, that's another win. We had to wait another month, October 2nd of 2019. Price is still above the 200-day moving average, but closing below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. We didn't enter the trade the day before, right? Even though price closed below the 5-day simple moving average, look at the 2-period RSI. It did not dip below 10. So if we buy near 120.108, we sell 2 days later at $124, give or take a few cents. That's another winning trade. Again, don't focus on how much we're making just yet. I'm going to show you folks some long-term performance and put some true gains to this approach in a moment. But let's just focus on winners and losers and really the technique here. How to trade the technique, how to recognize the setup, how to trade it, how to manage it. October 14th, 2019, we have another setup. Price is still above the 200-day moving average, but closing below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. So we buy at 120.05. We sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later at $119.08. You're probably thinking, well, that's a losing trade. Well, it is a losing trade. And what I said earlier is that we are using here an exit criteria. You might be wondering, well, what about a stop loss or a profit target? There is no stop loss. Larry Connors developed the system not using stop losses because he felt that it hurt performance over time. Think of it simply as an exit criteria. You will exit the trade no matter what when you see price about to close above that 5-day moving average. Up until this point, we've seen winning trades, haven't we? This happens to be a losing trade. Okay, so it's not a stop loss. No matter what happens after you enter the trade, you are going to exit when price is about to close above the 5-day moving average. Now, the very next day, if you didn't happen to buy it on October 14th, you had another opportunity here because the price of the stock is still below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI is still below 10. So if we buy at 117.20, we sell a couple of days later at 119.08 for a winning trade. Again, I'm showing you every single setup. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to demonstrate the efficacy of the system, meaning no matter which setup you take, what is your chances of a winning trade? What is the probability that that will result in a winning trade? So at 117.20, we sell it at 119.08, that's a winning trade. A couple of days later, another setup. Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but closes below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. If we buy there at 116.63, we sell a couple of days later at 119.08. So that was 8 examples, 8 setups, 7 winning trades, 1 losing trade. And I mentioned before, I'll explain why I went all the way back to 2018. Well, first I wanted to teach you the technique. I wanted to show you the setup, the entry, the exit. The reason why I went back that far is because I want to continue my research, continue that analysis all the way to current. So from November of 2018 all the way to current, we're talking about through almost 3 years. For Procter Gamble, there were 38 RSI2 setups total, 8 of which I demonstrated, 8 of which I showed you, right? There were 32 winning trades and 6 losing trades. That's an 84% winning trade percentage. That's a fantastic winning trade percentage. And I get it, that's just one cherry-picked stock, but I wanted to teach you the technique. What I also did was I went into the S&P 500 watch list as of July 6th, just a few days ago, and I sorted the list by Comfort Index. Comfort Index is a proprietary VectorVest indicator that looks at a stock's ability to resist long or lengthy downturns. High CI stocks, and CI is on a 0 to 2 scale, above 1 is good, below 1 is bad, and the higher above 1 the better, 1.9, 1.8, 1.7. So those type of stocks with the 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 CI rating, they exhibit price growth persistence over time. Think of Procter & Gamble, that type of stock, bottom left to upper right, stays in a long-term uptrend, but pulls back a little bit. But because they're high CI stocks, they're very resilient to those pullbacks. So this rank analysis exercise that I did produced LB, CZR, GNRC, SIVB, and DFS as the top 5 CI stocks in the S&P 500. Over the last 1 year, across all 5 stocks, there were 65 RSI2 setups, not 65 each stock, 65 total across all 5 stocks. I found that there were 52 winning trades and only 13 losing trades. That's an 80% winning trade percentage. 80% winning trades using a very effective, easy to use, short-term trading technique on the top CI stocks in the S&P 500. You might be thinking, wow, this is fantastic. I love this. But I don't have time to look at graph after graph after graph each day to identify this setup. You know, you're thinking if I'm supposed to enter near the close and exit near the close with this trading system, I'd have to spend a lot of time to find a handful of candidates, right? Well, no. What I'm about to tell you eliminates all of that time. No matter what we teach you here, we want you to be able to do it faster, smarter, and better. So that's why we've put together this 6-week webcast series where we teach you techniques from 3 of the very best professional traders in the industry. You'll learn top trading strategies of the pros and how to quickly and easily identify the best trades. I hope you saw that if you learn to implement strategies like the one I showed you tonight, you will achieve the success that you're looking for. Now, the Trade Like a Pro course consists of 6 pre-recorded modules, and Module 4, we teach you a system called the Holy Grail. It was developed by Linda Bradford-Ratchke. Steve Chappell and I will be your instructors for this course. He'll teach you the Holy Grail. I'll come in Module 5, teach you 2 techniques developed by Charles Schaap called the 50-50 and the 80 Excellence. And then the highlight of the course, in my opinion, more on the RSI2 trading system and a fantastic trading system that Larry Connors developed called the RSI25 strategy. Again, these modules are pre-recorded. And as a bonus, we are going to throw in this Master the Art of Candlestick Analysis. This is a 6-session self-study course within the university. You'll have access to it for an entire year. And we touch on candlestick reversal patterns in Module 2 in the Trade Like a Pro course. We have a whole course devoted to candlestick reversal patterns. Now, this course is sold separately for $995, but we're going to throw it in as part of the Trade Like a Pro course. Here are some more bonuses. We are going to do 6 live mastery support sessions. These are designed to help you actually implement the things that you learned in the course. We'll take a look at the things you're doing, questions you have, and you'll also be given a homework assignment after each module, and we'll go over the homework assignment here in the mastery sessions. Now, the pre-recorded modules show historical examples. What we do in these live mastery sessions is we look at the real market, the current market on that day. So for example, in mastery session number 4, we're of course going to cover the contents of module 4. That's the Holy Grail. We're going to look at the market on that day and look for real-time Holy Grail setups. Okay? Here's another bonus. If you don't already have our VectorVest Premium package, we're going to give you 60 days access to it. This is our real-time data feed, and you'll get the Pro Trader searches and the auto timer as well. Now, these are tools that we will be using for the duration of the course. This is my favorite session. This is a live trading session. This is essentially Module 7. This is a bonus session where we'll be implementing what you've learned over the course of the 6 weeks. I'll show you folks how to use RoboTrader to manage your trades, and I'll be stepping you through everything from market analysis, trade setup, trade execution, and then trade management. And this is huge too. Exclusively for workshop attendees, you will receive pre-built searches that make finding your trades a breeze. You were probably thinking, great, they'll teach us all of these techniques, but how on earth will we find stocks to actually trade? The legwork has been done already. I built these scans to quickly and easily find the best candidates to trade, and they will be inserted into your VectorVest programs. You don't have to build them yourselves. As another bonus, you will receive this automated trading system that centers around the RSI2 stock selection system that I just taught you. The exit criteria here is a little different. The only reason for that is we don't have in the program as of now being able to automate closing a position when price goes above the 5-day moving average. So I had to tweak the exit criteria a little bit, but this is a long-term portfolio beginning on February 8th of 2010 all the way to current, 616% total gain, 54% annualized rate of return, and get this, 93% winning trades, 217 winning trades, and only 16 losing trades. The VectorVest composite has gone up 200% over this same time period. So we are tremendously outperforming the market. And again, you will get this trading system along with the Trade Like a Pro course. You'll also get this automated trading system as well, centering around the RSI 25 technique that I'll teach you that is used solely for ETFs. The inception of this trading system was December 3rd of 2018, and all the way to current, 78% gain with 95% winning trades, 59 winners and 3 losers. So you might be wondering, all right, what did the market do over this same time period? The VVC went up 47%. So I know the COVID crash affected this portfolio, but look at where we are now. New highs, outperforming the market by quite a bit here with an ETF strategy that only trades index ETFs. Most importantly, you get hands-on training by both Steve Chappell and myself. Steve and I will be manning the chat rooms during the mastery session, so you can ask us any questions throughout the course. Now, this course is valued at $29.95, but we're going to offer a special rate here of $2,295. That's $700 off the regular price. Here are the dates for the live mastery support sessions. We begin in about 3 weeks, and each of these sessions begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can go to VectorVest.com/TLP to register for the course, and the live trading session will begin at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on September 8th. And again, we begin an hour before the market opens because there's a lot of work that we do before the market opens. We take a look at the market, we'll run the scans, we'll create watch lists, we'll pick the very best candidates to trade on that day given the market environment. So folks, go to www.vectorvest.com/TLP. By the way, the elite rate is $1,497.50. So that's half off the regular price. So if you don't know if you're an elite subscriber, give our support department a call. They'll check your account and they'll let you know. On behalf of Steve Chappell, we really look forward to working with you. This is one of our favorite courses to teach. So again, go to www.vectorvest.com/TLP to register. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.